China just rolled out a full-size humanoid robot called Tiangong 3.0 that can feel, touch, and control its entire body dynamically. Geek Plus unveiled a warehouse humanoid named Gino 1 that's already built to replace human labor in logistics at scale. Alibaba released a physical AI model called RynnBrain that's breaking robotics records and outperforming models from Google and NVIDIA. Scientists created a sensor smaller than a grain of rice that gives robots 180-degree vision and a form of smell. And in Russia, a startup is turning pigeons into brain-controlled surveillance AI drones using neural implants and GPS. All right, let's start with Tiangong 3.0, because this robot sets the tone for everything else. Tiangong comes from a Chinese firm called Humanoid, and their goal with this platform feels very clear. They want a humanoid robot that developers, factories, and companies can actually use without fighting the system. Tiangong 3.0 is a full-size humanoid built to operate in real environments rather than controlled stages. The headline feature is touch interactive, high dynamic, whole body control. In simple terms, the robot feels contact, reacts to it instantly, and coordinates its entire body while moving. That matters more than it sounds. Real environments are messy, floors are uneven, objects shift, people get in the way. Most humanoid robots struggle when conditions change suddenly. Tiangong 3.0 handles complex motion while staying stable, even when climbing over obstacles higher than a meter. It does that using high-torque integrated joints that give it both strength and fine control. The robot can operate with millimeter-level precision, which opens the door to tasks in tight industrial spaces where small mistakes cause big problems. Now, what really makes Tiangong interesting is how open the platform is. Humanoid designed the hardware with multiple expansion interfaces, meaning tools, sensors, and custom attachments can be added without redesigning the robot. On the software side, it supports common robotics and networking standards like ROS2, MQTT, and TCP/IP. That allows developers to build on top of the system without tearing it apart. There's also a low-code development environment that lowers the barrier even further, which tells you this robot isn't aimed only at elite research labs. Behind the scenes, Tiangong runs on something called the Higgsfield embodied intelligence platform. The way they describe it is simple enough to visualize. There's a small brain handling motion control and real-time responses, and a large brain handling higher-level reasoning and planning. These two layers work together in a closed loop that connects perception, decision-making, and execution. That architecture allows the robot to operate autonomously while coordinating with other robots at the same time. One central intelligence can manage multiple Tiangong robots, assign different skills, and adjust behavior dynamically. That's how you scale embodied AI beyond one-off demonstrations. And Humanoid went a step further by releasing key parts of this ecosystem as open source. The hardware platform itself, their vision language model called Pelican VL, and a large dataset known as RoboMind are all available publicly. That move invites the wider robotics community to build on their work, rather than starting from scratch. Now, this approach didn't appear overnight though. Earlier versions of Tiangong already proved themselves in demanding conditions. One completed a 21-kilometer half marathon in under 3 hours. Others dominated international humanoid robot competitions, winning medals in sprinting and material handling while operating autonomously. Tiangong 3.0 builds on that foundation and pushes it into general-purpose industrial use. As robots become more capable and more visual by nature, the process behind AI video creation is evolving alongside them. Higgsfield is sponsoring today's video, and they've built one of the fastest-growing creator-focused AI production platforms out there, designed to feel more like a real studio workflow than just a prompt box. When you land on Higgsfield, everything is structured around how videos actually get made. You start with an idea, shape your shots, and generate and refine inside one connected pipeline. Instead of bouncing between different AI tools for scripts, visuals, and edits, your whole project stays in one place from concept to export. That creator-first setup is what really makes the platform stand out, especially if you're trying to produce more than just quick test clips. They already host many of the newest and strongest AI video models, and the latest addition is Kling 3.0, which is honestly one of the most impressive video models out right now. Inside Higgsfield's workflow, your script, references, and audio direction all feed into one structured generation process. So scenes flow naturally, camera movement makes sense, and characters and objects stay consistent from shot to shot. In practice, you open a project, drop in a short script or idea, map out the scene, generate your video, tweak timing or visuals, and export something ready for social, ads, or storytelling. Definitely worth checking out if you're serious about AI filmmaking. Link is in the description. Now, while Tiangong aims to be flexible and general, Geek Plus went in a very focused direction, and the result might hit the market even faster. Geek Plus just unveiled Gino 1, which they describe as a general-purpose humanoid robot built specifically for warehouse operations. And warehouses are the perfect proving ground. Even with years of automation, most warehouses still rely heavily on human workers for tasks like picking, packing, box handling, and inspection. Those tasks account for more than half of warehouse operating costs worldwide. Gino 1 is designed to live inside that reality. It runs on Geek Plus Brain, an embodied intelligence system trained on years of real warehouse data and large-scale simulation. This robot has multi-eye vision that gives it strong spatial awareness, dexterous three-finger hands that handle objects reliably, and force-controlled dual arms that allow safe and consistent operation around people and equipment. Every design choice points toward reliability, cost control, and mass production. At the cognitive level, Gino 1 uses a vision language action model with a fast and slow architecture. The slow layer handles planning and understanding tasks at a higher level. The fast layer executes movements in real time, responding to changes immediately. That combination allows the robot to perform flexible warehouse tasks without constant reprogramming. One system can switch between picking, packing, inspection, and handling without stopping operations. What makes this especially powerful is how Gino 1 fits into Geek Plus's existing ecosystem. Geek Plus already deploys fleets of autonomous mobile robots that move goods around warehouses. They also operate robotic arms at fixed picking stations. Gino 1 fills the gap by handling tasks that require human-level flexibility. Together, these systems create a coordinated, multi-agent warehouse where transport, storage, and manual operations all run under one intelligent platform. Geek Plus claims Gino 1 is ready for mass production and immediate deployment. They even say a Fortune 500 company validated the system within months of launch. That signals something important. Humanoid robots are entering real businesses right now, not as experiments, but as operational tools. Now, robots don't just need bodies and brains, they need better senses. And this is where a new breakthrough from the Chinese Academy of Sciences becomes critical. Researchers there created an artificial compound eye inspired by fruit flies, measuring just 1.5 millimeters across. Despite its tiny size, this sensor gives robots a 180-degree field of view. That wide vision allows machines to detect movement and obstacles from the front and sides at the same time, without turning their heads. The engineering behind it is wild. Using an ultra-precise laser printing technique, the team packed over 1,000 tiny visual units into a space smaller than a grain of rice. They also added microscopic hair-like structures between the lenses to prevent moisture buildup and protect against dust, which keeps the sensor functional in harsh environments. Then they took it further. The researchers integrated a chemical sensing array that reacts to hazardous gases by changing color. In one tiny package, a robot can see wide, track motion, avoid obstacles, and detect dangerous chemicals. This combination reduces payload weight dramatically, which is critical for small robots and drones. They tested the system on a miniature robot, and it successfully navigated obstacles and detected moving targets from multiple directions at once. The current prototype has limitations, like lower resolution and image distortion, yet those issues can be corrected with software and future iterations. The direction here is clear. Robots are gaining senses inspired by biology, optimized for environments humans struggle to enter. Now let's talk about the brain that ties all of this together. Alibaba just entered the physical AI race in a serious way with a model called RynnBrain. This system is designed to power robots that operate in real-world environments, where understanding space, time, and motion matters more than generating text. One of the biggest challenges in robotics today is memory. Many robots struggle to remember where objects were or how a scene evolved over time. RynnBrain addresses this with spatiotemporal memory. The robot can recall where objects appeared earlier and predict how they might move next. It can also review its own past actions before choosing the next step, which reduces errors during complex tasks. RynnBrain combines language reasoning with spatial understanding in a way that better reflects how the physical world works. Alibaba trained it using their Qwen 3VL visual language system and optimized it with a custom architecture called RynnScale. They doubled training speed without increasing computing resources, which already hints at serious engineering behind the scenes. The flagship version of RynnBrain is a 30 billion parameter mixture of experts model. During inference, only a fraction of those parameters activate, which allows faster decision-making and smoother robot motion. That efficiency matters when robots operate under power and latency constraints. Alibaba reports that RynnBrain broke records across 16 embodied AI benchmarks, outperforming competing systems from Google and NVIDIA in perception, spatial reasoning, and task execution. Alongside the main model, Alibaba released multiple open-source variants and introduced a new benchmark focused on fine-grained physical tasks rather than static image recognition. This move lowers barriers for robotics developers and pushes the entire field forward. And then there's the story that makes everyone pause for a second. In Russia, a startup called Niri claims it has turned pigeons into brain-controlled surveillance platforms. Using precise neurosurgery, engineers implant microscopic electrodes into specific regions of a pigeon's brain. These electrodes connect to a small stimulator mounted on the bird's head. A lightweight backpack carries navigation hardware, a controller, solar panels, and a camera mounted on the bird's chest. Operators send electrical signals that influence the bird's movement, guiding it along preset routes while GPS tracks its position in real time. According to the company, the pigeons can fly up to 300 miles a day, navigate complex terrain, and operate in conditions that ground conventional drones. The birds reportedly require no training after surgery and return to base on command. Niri argues that pigeons offer practical advantages over drones in certain missions. They fly without batteries, blend into urban environments, and handle weather conditions that stop small UAVs. The company also talks about expanding the concept to ravens for heavier payloads and albatrosses for long-range ocean monitoring. The project raises obvious ethical and security concerns, and independent verification remains limited. Still, the fact that this technology exists at all shows how far the line between biology and machines is being pushed. Animal, robot, and AI are starting to blur into one continuous spectrum of tools. So here's the question. Once pigeons work, what realistically stops this tech from spreading to insects like bees and mosquitoes, or mammals like cats? And don't laugh, because somewhere out there a startup pitch deck already exists for Cat D3000, featuring autonomous night patrol mode, silent movement, built-in intimidation stare, and a firmware update that activates at 3 a.m. for absolutely no reason. Anyway, what do you think about that future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like and subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.